Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is John with Addicted to Fishing, and today I'm going to go back over one of the products and kind of give you some more information and my opinion on it. But it's these little core tackle products. This one's the Hover Rig, and this one's the Tush, and the other one that I have is the Ozark Rig. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm using these and my opinion on them now that I've fished them over the course of the past few months. Do I think it's a complete replacement of everything else that's out there, or is it just another tool? So anyway, thanks for clicking on the video. I appreciate it, guys. Let me hit this right away. If you guys haven't subscribed, please do so. I really appreciate that. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to my channel, but it just definitely helps me out. Like, share, comment, do all that good fun stuff. So anyway, we're going to talk about the core tackle products that I have picked up and my opinion on them and why am I fishing them. First of all, guys, I do get it. They are a little bit pricey, but right now it's a good time to pick these up if you were on the fence about them, especially over at Tackle Warehouse. They're having their it's not really a Black Friday sale, but it is a Black Friday sale. They're calling it, I think, a Black November sale. So you can save, I think it's 20%. And I bought a couple of the finesse tushes that I'm going to cover. But you can pick up all these products there. You could also look on Amazon or Marketplace. I don't think Amazon sells any of it, but most of your major retailers do carry it. So anyway, we'll start out with the Ozark Rig. And you'll notice with all of these, one of the things that Matt, Stefan, and Johnny are doing is running the weight down the hook. So it's giving you that more natural presentation. The Ozark Rig, is it better than a Texas rig? Is it a replacement for the Texas rig? Is it the only thing I'm going to use? To quite frankly put it, my answer will be no. It's going to be a rig that I'm definitely going to pick up and use a lot. But I don't think it's going to take away from the Texas rig 100%. I think there's a time and a place for both. I'm probably going to fish the Ozark rig a little bit more. But it's definitely not 100% replacement. So one of the things a lot of people are talking about when they're rigging this, and if you go over to Matt Steffen's fishing channel, he covers it in really, really good detail. When you're fishing the Ozark rig, you don't go through the head of the bait. You actually come in like you would your what they're calling the jigging minnow. You come through right about there. That's where I'm coming through. And you just from there, you just traditional feed it. You can come all the way down. Now it's kind of hard to keep these on without the line. But you come up all the way up to the eye. You figure out where it's going to go through. I know this bait's upside down, and I'm trying not to pull it completely off. But from there, you can just simply Texas rig it. And essentially, when you get this on with the line, and I'm trying to pull it real slow so it doesn't come over, you're going to be left with that. Now, the cool thing about this versus a Texas rig, the Texas rig is weighted with a bullet weight in front of your hook. So you would have a regular standard hook, and I don't have a bullet weight here, but you would have a standard hook. No, I don't have a bullet weight laying loose, but I can use this little drop shot weight. The little bullet weight would be in front of it, right? So when you cast it out, this all kind of comes down like this, and your bait's doing more of that nosedive. With the Ozark rig, because that lead runs the whole shank of the hook, it falls like this, and it also has a little bit of body rock to it. So if you guys are fishing around heavy cover, stumps, laydowns, grass, things like that, this rig definitely comes through really, really easily. I would highly recommend this as an addition to your Texas rig. Once again, guys, this is the Ozark rig. This one happens to be a 4/0 hook on a 3/16. They do come in a 3-pack. And again, guys, they do get it. They're a little bit pricier. They're like $6.99. I think all of them are right around $6.99 a piece. But again, that's the Ozark rig. The next one we'll talk about, and they have it in two different ways. They got it in a weedless and a non-weedless. I've got it in both, but it's the hover rig. This is meant for using for the jig and minnow, which a lot of people are associating strictly with forward-facing sonar. And again, I'm here to tell you that it's not exclusively for forward-facing sonar. If you guys don't know, again, I fish off the bank, no electronics, and this bait works well. I don't have a bait that I can really insert it into. We'll beat up this Crazy Lake Chigger Craw. Again, you come in the side, you come down the bait, you pop the hook through, you run all that weight through. And I have thrown this on some small creature style baits, and it works really, really well. But what you end up with is something like this. Again, I know the hook's not straight. It's probably not where it needs to be. This is definitely an oversized bait for this, but I just wanted to kind of show you. And one of the things that you want is you want that, if you see, here's my point of that. Pull it down just a little bit and try to get it where you guys can see it. But there's the point of that lead. It needs to be right at the very tip. And if you do that, it's less likely to have your bait tear up. And you will get quite a few fish out of every bait. If you're using Elastomor or the Elastec baits, you definitely get a lot more out of it. What this does, again, you can see that weight runs down the hook. It gives you that really good gliding side-to-side motion out of it. Again, the Ozark rig. I don't have as much experience with the Ozark rig as I do the other two, or the hover jig as I do the other two, but it's a great piece. Will it replace my jig and minnow type stuff? And the answer to that, in short, is no. It's going to be another one of those additional pieces to my arsenal. I still like to rig it with a 90 degree, and I don't have one out, a 90 degree bend hook and a nail weight, and fish the jig and minnow that way. Last but not least, the one that I put the most work in is the Tush, which is short for the Ultimate Swim Bait Head. This is a full size. And then we have the Finesse. The Finesse is a 2/0 hook on an 1/8 ounce. This is, I believe, a 1/4 ounce on a 4/0 hook. And you can see with that 60 degree line tie, just to give you a size comparison between the two, there's quite a bit of a difference. It's a VMC hook that was specially designed for the Matt Steffen guppy head when he was affiliated with Dirty Jigs. But that little Finesse has become a great addition to me, and I'm going to explain some things that I found with this that are really, really standing out for me. So here is that Ultimate Swim Bait hook, or the Tush, rigged up in a Reactions Innovations little skipper, or little dipper. This one's caught quite a few fish. It's banged up, but you can see how that weight is all inside. It's kind of like the hidden weight spinner bait. And it gives this bait a real natural presentation as it's coming through the water. It does get a lot of that side to side. You can rip it. You can throw it out, hop it off bottom, or you can steady reel this in, just chuck and wind. I've done all of those techniques, and it works really, really well. And again, here it is outside of the bait. You can see how they ran that lead all the way up and down the shank of that hook. I think it's a great bait, or a great thing. Is it going to replace a regular jig head? It has been for the most part for me, but I'll still pick up a little Boxer, the VMC swim bait head. There's different times and places for each of these. Again, I don't think any of these core products are going to completely eliminate everything. If you wanted to go that route, that's great. You can do that. The last one, and it's still with that tush, is that little finesse tush. Now, what's interesting about this little finesse tush is for those of us that are using a finesse, you do a lot of finesse fishing. This is a lot smaller profile, a lighter wire hook. It's a 2/0 hook, and again they bring that lead down the shank of the hook, so you're getting the same profile, which again keeps it really natural. But one of the cool things that I found, and I was kind of looking, I don't have anything out. Let me see if I've got one right up on top here. Well, I know I can do this real quick. Move that box. Move that tackle bag. And we'll just use this guy. This is the Berkley Champ. Normally I fish this just like a jigging minnow. The cool thing about the tush and the finesse size is we can rig that dude up on that. You can see, guys, it does take a little bit of work to get it up that lead, and I go pretty slow to ensure that I'm not tearing my plastic up a lot. And one of the things I've been noticing a lot when I'm looking up finesse fishing from a lot of these Japanese anglers that are having to adapt a lot because they got really heavily pressured, is they kind of have that hook up like this. But you can see it fits this little 3-inch bait perfectly. It fits in these little 2-inch baits perfectly. And one of the things when you're fishing a jigging minnow, no matter if you're using, this little VMC swim bait head, or if you're using a 90-degree jig hook, or if you're using the cord tackle hover rig, you're shaking that rod a lot, okay? And you're getting that body rock out of it. Well, the finesse tush gives you that body rock, and I've seen it when I was throwing this, and you're getting this constantly. So I started playing around with the little finesse tush, and what do you know? Without shaking my rod, I'm getting a lot of this side-to-side body rock that I would get when I was completely shaking it. So it does eliminate that. I will still shake my rod tip to give it more of an erratic roll, but if you don't want to get out there and shake all day, or you've been shaking all day and you get kind of tired because you don't have a super light outfit to use, and that's what you get when you're buying those little more expensive rods, and I'm looking for really light rods, weight in my hand, a light reel. I use a Bass Pro Shop micro light rod, and I have that paired up with my Shimano Mirabel. And I have, I'll back that up. I'm using that on my St. Croix Triumph. And you can see it here, it's already tied on. I just quickly tied it on. A St. Croix spinning rod, Shimano Mirabel. The Shimano Mirabel is in the finesse side of the Shimano spinning reels. This is super light in hand, so I can get away with shaking that rod a lot, but I don't need to as much when I go to this finesse tush. The other thing that's cool about the finesse tush, let me pull this back out, and I know I don't have one handy. Let me see if I've got one laying on top of, I got a whole box of finesse baits. I'll quickly hold that up and show you guys. If you think I'm not serious about finesse fishing and finesse swim baiting, I got a whole box dedicated to the soft plastics. And I know I've got one in here somewhere. Yep, nope. That's the cool thing about the Z-Man stuff. You just look for the blue packaging and you find what you're looking for. And I know I got them in the Z-Man, and I thought they were right on top. I do apologize, guys. I should have been a little more prepared for this last little piece. But as usual, if you've watched my channel a little bit, you'll know I don't get 100% prepared every time. It's something that I need to work on a little bit more. We can use this one. This is the Z-Man Tickler. But what I'm referring to here is like these little micro tubes, or the little 2-inch, 3-inch tubes. This one, you don't have that opening in the bottom as you would for a tube. God, I wish I had a tube handy. Let me look a little bit long. Just give me a couple seconds here, guys. Let me see if I can find a tube. Yeah, I've got hundreds of baits in here. Do I have just a tube box? I do. Let's make things real easy, guys. Hold on just a second. Again, I apologize, guys. I should have been a little more prepared for this. Okay. Nope, that's a spinnerbait trailer. See the box that says tubes, and I'm finding frogs. Spinnerbait trailers. I think I've moved my tubes out of there. Oh boy, I thought it was going to be a little bit easier than that, guys, to show you. You think by now when I go to post a video, I would definitely get a little more prepared than what I have been. Anyway, I can't find a tube right off the top. But anyway, you guys know what the tubes are. You can take that regular tube head. Of course, I don't have a tube head out and ready. But anyway, you can take the tube head, insert it in, and the hook pops out. That's another thing you can do with this finesse tush. You can load that dude up in there. If you got the full size, you can load a full size up in there, and it's a great way to fish a tube. If you guys aren't fishing a tube, well, you really need to, especially on these smallmouth fisheries. It's a great crawfish imitator. But anyway, guys, just another way you can fish that tush on a tube, and it works really, really well. Just cast it out, drag it along the bottom, and it works phenomenal. Again, I apologize for not being a little more organized. Just something that I tried to do on a couple of these videos. I write down some information. I've been making myself little cheat sheets for some information, trying to lay out the baits a little bit better. And for this one, I didn't think about it till after I started. But fishing a tube on that Nullet head is great. So anyway, guys, again, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm trying to grow my channel. Once I start getting up in some more subscribers, I plan to do a giveaway. I am going to be posting some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. If you're local to the Cincinnati area, I'd love to meet up with you, go out and do some fishing. Maybe we can trade some different things. I've got some reels that I'd like to trade out. Probably some of my molds, different things like that. So if you're in the local Cincinnati area, hit me up with a message and let me know. Maybe we can get together and do a little fishing. Not looking to find anybody's secret honey hole, but I like to get out and find some people that have a common interest and do a little fishing. Anyway, again, subscribe to the channel, please. Help me grow my channel. Hit that like, comment, share, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.